Good morning internet, welcome to Miss Noctis Part 3. Listen, you have probably seen enough videos of this guy already. I thought we could talk about things other people don't talk much about. Maybe rightfully so, you can tell me if everything I say here is trash. But we could also maybe talk about how to beat him. And I would also start with this because this would make the annoying people that don't like Clive leave early as possible. Please. I'm begging you. So first off, the most annoying thing in my opinion, Phoenix Shift mix-up. You can jab him out of everything pretty much. You can't do this fast because you have to react to this red flare, except the low you saw there. It's not all too dangerous. It guarantees a 1+2, which is a heat engager, but I don't know if many Clives know about this. The one before seemed to be a counter. Yeah, this wasn't a counter. Okay, we're safe. So, close range, jab him out of it. Seems pretty good. At a little bit more distance, if you are Clive, forward 1+2 beats everything he has. Yeah. Much like this. You can check if your character has anything similar to that and make him regret going to Phoenix Shift. But other than that, it's the most annoying thing. Mid-range, I don't really have an answer to that, and he has some other annoying things we will get to later. But this is what I could find. If you guys have any universal option select to this, I would really appreciate if you guys share it with me. I couldn't find anything. His power crush can also be beat with a single jab. You can block afterwards. So this is another option you will cover with jabbing. So now the move that is pretty much a talk of the town, forward 1+2. Note that it is -8 on block, so it's your turn. And if you are blessed with a rushdown character, you can pretty much beat his ass then and there. Also, it doesn't have infinite range. You can, if you are Clive, you can punish it with your own forward 1+2. See, it says punish. So that's something to note. Maybe your character that is not Clive has something similar. I would check if you actually do. Maybe you are Victor and your sword reaches or something else. Now, I don't know why, but there are some Clives out there doing this in the neutral, Bahamut. Don't let them get away with it. Just jab them out of it and give them a mini juggle. Like this. It's -18 on block. I don't know why you would ever do that, but some Clives do, so abuse the fact that they are doing it. Also, generally, mid power crush seems to be pretty good. Answers a lot of things he has. Let's do it from tip range. Yeah. And as I said before, pressure, if you have pressure. You don't have pressure with Clive. Your down forward 1 is 14 frames fast, and that says everything. So if you have a rushdown character and you're pretty good with pressure, I would just get up close and get personal. That's it with the counter and everything I know, so have fun out there. And now that the annoying people are gone, I will show you guys how to counter the counter. Now, just general things. One thing I don't see anyone talk about is 3-2. It's 16 frames fast. Not natural. This sword is pretty much homing. One thing to note here is that the distance you created here is exactly where Clive wants to be. So this on block actually seems good. Not in the mirror because prominence pretty much mitigates everything you did there. But this seems to be a good move, even if it's like -12. You actually want to be at this range. Also in heat, 3-2 seems to be a pretty strong wall break. This Shiva form toggle does extra damage, that's something to note. Also, this is something I actually don't want to tell you guys, but Phoenix Shift mix-ups are really annoying. He has a 15 frame mid, a 15 frame low. Both of these options are pretty good. He wins everything if it ever lands. Everything here does something. If he's even more plus, he can threaten with other options. He has this power crush. This is a counter hit launcher. This fills up the Odin bar, we will talk about later. This is really annoying. This is something, in my opinion, actually needs more of a revision than forward 1+2, because like back to into it on block is +6, so he gets a full mix-up with 2 and 4, and that's really annoying. Whenever a whenever a Clive resorts to this, the mirror suddenly becomes super unfun. Down forward 1-2 is also a good move, going +6. It's a high, but not many people duck this. You have back 2 from range. You have while running 2 into it with +14, so you get a full mix-up. Everything he does is now a threat, and that's really annoying. Especially if you have health sweeps with it, and one that also wall breaks. I don't know, this is something I don't enjoy. Whenever a Clive goes into this and starts annoying you, it's hard to deal with, so this is something you can get away with currently. 1+2, you probably hit it everywhere. A safe mid heat engager. It's -9, it's not your turn anymore, but it's still pretty good. It also is a really good universal answer to stance mix-ups, except Phoenix Shift. It doesn't really work so well with Phoenix Shift, but if you block a stance transition and they try to mix you up with something, you can just do this. Even throws, like I tried it with Heihachi's Thunder God Kaimen. Even the throws you can beat with this one. His parry is pretty much trash. I didn't see a single person land this unless it was unintentional or lucky. So I wouldn't really resort to this all too much. What you could do instead is throw this out from a distance. So if you're like from here and nobody really wants to engage anything, you can just throw this out to bait anything or make them come close to you. This is general fighting game tip. Like, do something weird with a move they didn't see and make them second guess what you are doing. That's something I would use this as. Like, this has way too strict of a time window. I wouldn't just throw it out randomly hoping it lands. Now you see we have a bar for Santetsuken. I would fill this up whenever you can. We have a 10 frame punish, which is pretty good. You will do this at -10 all the time. It fills up the bar pretty good as well. This is something very interesting with Clive, because the player base is pretty much divided in how to actually play and approach things regarding this bar. For instance, if your opponent is -12, if you actually go for this for maximum damage for 12 frame punish, or will you just do your 10 frame, which is also not so bad. You get a knockdown, you fill up your bar, you do quite the damage with 25 damage. In my opinion, you should go for this whenever you can, except when they are super minus with -50, -14, then I would resort to your appropriate punish. But in any other instance where you can, like 2, 1+2 is a pretty good wall combo to fill this up. Your Phoenix Shift 3, 1+2 is also pretty good. I would never do the other one, except you want to break a wall and you just happen to be in Phoenix Shift. This as a combo ender is also very crucial. It means every time you do a combo with down forward 2, for instance, you will fill up the bar pretty significantly. This is almost a full bar. And also it means that a high number on this will put a subtle mental pressure on your opponent. Like, especially in the last rounds. The last rounds are already very stressful, and seeing a super high number over here will make your opponent even more stressed, because suddenly this can happen and you do 80 damage out of nowhere. That is subtle mental stress that is worth a lot. Like, even if you don't use it, it's already a mental stress and a mix-up on its own. So I would try to fill this up whenever you can. Also pretty interesting, his guard break. Note that he is set on block all on everything. At the wall you can do this. Not this. And then do 3-3 into Bahamut. Better than down forward 1-4-3, because just 2 damage, and it does more. The wall scales the more you hit. You can also do this. Yeah, it's pretty weird that all of this hits. And yeah, do massive damage. This is also something to look out for. This full charge. The Bahamut moves generally have a really high splat, so whenever you are about to hit the wall, you can pretty much resort to that. Maybe not make him block everything, so I can actually show it. That was way too close, nice. Yeah, this way, and you do a lot of damage with 92. Also note where you are at the end of it, pretty far away. Like, this is pretty much where Clive wants to be. That's something you can do. Also, if you don't quite reach the wall, you can also do down forward 1-4, which does pretty much the same thing for the extra wall travel. Yeah, that's pretty much I discovered and found about Clive that hasn't been talked everywhere already. He's a pretty interesting character. He is his own thing. He's not a Noctis 2.0, which is pretty cool and pretty fun. He also has a really rich portfolio of moves, so this is probably the best thing that happened to Tekken, because you will also distinguish all of these moves. You can't tell the difference. They look very distinguishable, so you will learn countering this guy really quick. And he's also pretty fun, even if you're not looking for a competitively competent character. I would still recommend buying this, because you won't get a Tekken character like this anytime soon, or all the time rather. It's pretty fun to play around. Every combo route pretty much works, which is also pretty fun, watching people discover the weirdest things ever. So if you can think about anything, it is very likely that it will actually connect. Even like janky death combos where you have to be at a specific angle, wall splat at a specific wall, and then wall break and whatever. I try to recreate that. It's super hard, but he's fun. I would generally recommend buying him. That's really it. That's all I can say about him.